Chapter 16, Viva, Las Vegas. A few days later, you're finally in Vegas for Scandal and Sunset's wrap party. While Eddie checks you in and Ashton lingers in the lobby, he grins as you crane your neck upwards, admiring the indoor architecture. Maybe we'll have to do a bachelorette party here in the season 2. This place is massive. You ever stop thinking about work? You glance at Ashton and you feel your heart flutter the way he's looking at you, like he wants nothing more than to devour you. Sure I do. Like, right now. You glance to make sure Eddie is still locked in conversation with the concierge and step closer to Ashton. I can't wait to blow on some dice. Why do I get the feeling that's a euphemism? It is if you want it to be. The flight on Ashton's jet might have been short, but it was long enough to fray your nerves. Each passing minute of not being able to touch him or look at him too much, he was a reminder of your conversation you need to have. So about Eddie, I think it should be me first, just the two of us, once we get up to the room. I suggest waiting until the party is over. You think he'd make a scene? I think Eddie has an even worse poker face than you. Rude. We need Eddie at the party, and we need him looking happy. I'm all for telling him, but now? It's a fair point. He deserves to have fun, too. You know, before I rip his heart out. Stop. It won't be that bad. You and Ashton step back from each other as Eddie hurries over. Here we go, party people. And he hands you and Ashton your room keys, and the three of you head off across the lobby towards your rooms. Behind Eddie's back, Ashton takes your hand and rubs soothing circles over your knuckles with his thumb. We'll be fine. But even Ashton can't drive away the anxiety of talking to Eddie, but you take a deep breath and try to shake it off. When you reach your rooms, Ashton waits for Eddie until he's safely into his, then gestures for you to follow him into his suite. I brought something for you. I know you can't exactly be on my arm this weekend, but I have the next best thing. He unzips a suitcase and pulls out a sexy sequin dress with plunging neckline. See, it complements my outfit, even if they can't know you're mine. You will always be. You step forward, taking in the fabric in your hand, smooth as silk, diamonds glistening in the light. You deserve a night to shine. You're the reason we're here, so blow everyone away. Including me. The dress looks nice. You slip on the dress and give Ashton a twirl. I love it, thank you. You're a total showstopper, and you're guaranteed to have everyone's eyes on you. No flirting up to taking off what you were wearing, putting on what you were wearing. Later that evening, a driver drops you and Eddie off at a high-end casino. You glance around, completely blown away by the atmosphere. You can't believe the promotion Ashton worked out. The game tables are all adorned with posters of Scandal and Sunset. Everything's following the extremely Vegas theme of Take a Gamble on Love. And Ashton picked the theme himself. That fills you with a sense of pride and satisfaction. I just never thought I'd wind up at a place like this, let alone with you and Ashton by my side. I knew you would. Really? You saw me going places. Eddie lightly punches your arm. You've been trying to climb the ladder ever since you were a kid. You were never going to settle for less. Tears burn your eyes and you struggle to hold down your guilt. But did you factor in the billionaire angle? Honestly, no, but it feels right for you. Like a beacon, Ashton's gaze finds you across the room. He excuses himself from a conversation with investors and heads over. My partner's in crime. You're just wearing a shirt that's open, dude. What's up, Park? Ashton gives Eddie a quick hug, but his eyes linger on you as long as he dares drinking you in. I knew that dress would get everyone's attention. You're a knockout, Nora. Why, thank you. Tonight definitely called for a little extra sparkle. He almost leans in to kiss you before remembering you're out in public. He dodges, kissing your cheek instead. You sweat a little at the near miss. Scandal in Sunset. Ah, and she's behind her sisters. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. No one's going to be able to miss those posters, especially your fancy investors. Exactly. They have no choice but to see our show everywhere, and I've even got posters in the bathroom. Ah, smart. So when they're crying over their losses at the blackjack table, if anyone's crying, it would be me. My luck's worse than anyone's here, guaranteed. I can slip the dealer a couple hundred. You can feel like what it's like to be a winner. You and Eddie roar with laughter. Ashton offers you and Eddie each an arm. Shall we? Let's go. Ashton leads you and Eddie into the casino's main room, and you glance around in wonder. This place is huge. Something tells me your night's not gonna go off without a hitch. Ashton takes you and Eddie to the bar, and you feel a deep yearning to be on his arm, even though you know you can't. I'll leave you two to mingle while I finish up with our investors. Drinks in hand, you and Eddie settle for talking with Gemma and Celeste. Wow, you look so good, Nora. I hate sequins, but you don't look horrible. Listen, she's in black, you know she looks good, just stop it. Well, thanks. Can you believe we're at a rap party? No, and our faces are everywhere. My pores aren't visible in a single shot. Thank God, I was so worried someone would figure out you're human. Laughing, you shake your head, you miss Celeste, and even Gemma, a little bit. That's because they're halfway decent human beings, and their sister, however. It's so good to see both of you. How have you been since the wrap? Oh, we got back from the spa, we had the best facials. And oh my God, my facialist was hot. Jim dragged me to the spawn, but it's my turn to pick our entertainment tonight, and we're going to a drag show. Ooh, the big one with the Kiki LaRue and the other performers from the TV show? Yep, I can't wait. The three of you are still chatting with a server comes by carrying a huge tray of stumbles, nearly colliding with Celeste. Watch out! Pull Celeste out of the way, saving her dress from full of fruity drinks. That was close. Thanks. Your eye catches on Mercy, sulking in the corner of the bar and looking less than pleased. It's obvious she's more focused on ruining Celeste's engagement celebration than making your life hell. But what if she's biding her time? Squaring your shoulders, you walk over to her. Hi, Mercy. Can't we just make a truce? She laughs, takes a long, slow sip of her lemon drop. I'm not doing anything with you. Funny how you run over sniveling when you're afraid of me. I thought we could just be... What's the word for it? Social, pleasant. Not you trying to be a backstabbing ass and me slitting your throat. I'm not afraid of you. Sure you're not? Honestly, you're not even worth my time, and besides, I have zero interest in looking bad in front of everyone. You stare at her, trying to decide if you believe her or not. Any conversation with Mercy leaves you a little unsettled. But there's no time to worry about it, as Ashton weaves through the crowd and heads your way. He passes right by, covertly goosing your ass. With a tilt of his head, you realize he wants you to follow him towards one of the gambling tables. Before he sits down, he gives you a daring look. It sends a thrill down your spine. Care to try your hand at blackjack? Then he leans close in a whisper. The tablecloths are so long, and knows where the players can get up to underneath the table. Ha ha! We'll see how far this goes. I'm in. Excellent. You sit down next to Ashton, making sure you're close enough that your thighs are brushing beneath the tablecloth. You place your chips on the table and eye Ashton. That's a lot of chips, feeling confident. You bite your lip, trying to hold back a smirk, but you can't help it. Only one way to find out. Are you trying to hustle me? Maybe. Or maybe I haven't played blackjack in a while. So what exactly are you betting, besides the chips, of course? You lean in and press your lips to his ear. If I lose, I'll get naked and do whatever you want when we're finally alone. Doesn't sound like you're sacrificing much. Bro, come on. Just remember, you're betting against a man who has all the money in the world to bet with. Yeah, but if you lose, it doesn't matter. Turns out my boyfriend is also pretty rich, and I have no qualms about spending his money. Is your boyfriend in the business of granting their opponents any wish they want? Beneath the table, your toes brush against Ashton's ankle. What are your terms? When did she remove her shoe? I'm just quite, I'm sorry. The standard house rules. We'll each get a point each time we beat the dealer. If you beat your opponent as well, another point. You twirl your toe in a circular motion, watching Ashton begin to fidget. And if I bust? Minus a point, I'm afraid. Oh, whoever gets the most points calls in a favor. You tap your chin in thought, but you throw Ashton a wink to let him know your game. I haven't seen you in 12 minutes. Ladies, gentlemen, let's get started. The dealer doles out 2 cards to you and Ashton, and both face up. An ace and a 3, so 14 altogether, or 4. Aces are lucky. They can count as 1 or 11 points. I'm sitting on a healthy 7. Hold your breath as the dealer goes around the table, asking each of the players. We don't even get a chance. We don't even get a hit, stay. We just automatic hit, I guess. You give the signal for another hit. Ashton does the same. The dealer delivers your card face down. Careful to keep them hidden, you take a peek at your new card. 6. 20 total. Almost as close as I can get without going over. But Ashton could beat me. Time to make this interesting. No. The dealer turns to Ashton. You can trace the barest hint of stress between his brows. Hit or stay, Mr. Park. Draws attention. You discreetly tug down on your neckline, allowing more of your cleavage to show. Slowly, you turn towards Ashton. You ready to have fun with me later? Ashton looks at you, his eyes landing on your breast. He shifts and clears his throat. Don't even try it. What? You give him an angelic smile. You're trying to distract me with your assets. It won't work. You laugh and squeeze Ashton's knee underneath the table. He takes a deep breath as your hand creeps up his thigh. Oh, you haven't felt anything yet. He leans closer to you, so his words are for you alone. As his lips brush your ear, you suppress a shiver. Are you trying to get me to drag you back to the hotel? A coat closet would work too. Ashton stills beside you, and you picture it along with him, a moans muffled by the checked coats as he has his way with you. You're making it impossible to think about cards. Oh, is something distracting you? He snorts into his martini. Nope, nothing at all. Certainly not the gorgeous woman who's here at the table with me. You're sweet. And you're sexy. You duck your head at his compliment, feeling just as proud to be here with him. The dealer turns to you, and you try to project an air of confidence. Hit or stay. You tap your fingers for stay. We don't even get to play the game anymore, guys. It's just... at least let me pick. As you slide your foot up Ashton's leg, watching as he swallows. But as calm as he is above the table, you grin at Ashton's arousal growing, making a tent in his pants. He hesitates and signals for another card. As he peeks at the new card, his face gives a little way. Let's see what we have. Both you and Ashton watch with bated breath as the dealer reveals his cards. You'll need to beat an 18. You gaze at Ashton expectantly. He makes a big show of turning over his cards to reveal the lousy 14. Oh, Mr. Park. Smirk and a flourish, you flip yours over. Some people just have all the luck. That's the lady with a clean 20. Congratulations on winning the pot. Never been happier to have my ass handed to me. Risk and reward. You gambled and got frisky with Ashton. We won one thing. Even after all the big talk about all the money in the world, I'm more interested in hearing all about that wish. Don't worry, I have every intention of telling you. Later. Soon it's time for everyone to gather for the toast. Ashton steps in the spotlight, clinking his glass. If I could have everyone's attention for just a moment, first I need to say thank you. Thank you to our cast and crew who worked so hard to make the production a success. Ashton's eyes light on you and you raise your glass. As your EP, thank you. You've all made this journey wonderful. While you speak, you catch Mercy rolling her eyes, but you keep going. I'm so proud of our show, and I hope you all are too. Everyone applauds, and the focus shifts back to Ashton. Tonight's theme is Take a Gamble on Love. Before filming, I thought I was bold, that I took risks. But filming the show and seeing Celeste and her fiancé find happiness has taught me how all this time I was really just protecting my heart. Swallow hard, trying not to let any emotion show while Ashton speaks. Love requires a bit of risk. Celeste and Lily taught me to gamble on love because it's so damn worth it. You can't help but grin like a fool at his words. He may be toasting Celeste and Lily, but you know he's speaking to you. To Celeste and Lily, our favorite grumpy sunshine duo. May I forever be grumpy. I like you, serious. And may I forever be your sunshine. The brides-to-be raise their glasses and share a quick kiss. May we all have a fantastic night, and here's to our show. Cheers. Everyone cheers and sips their champagne. Your eyes are glued to Ashton and his confession during the toast as you're dying to get your hands on him. Ashton meets your eye, tilts his head towards a hallway. You give yourself a minute before you follow. You track him into a private, dimly lit smoking lounge. He idles near the window, looking down at the city below. You close the door behind you softly. He glances over his shoulder at you. Decided to join? Being in Vegas with the cast and crew is great and all, but you'd rather be alone with me. You want to pounce on him, feeling starved for his touch after a night of avoiding it, but you wait for your moment. How'd you guess? His eyes leave yours to trace down your body, lingering on each luscious curve. I know when you're turned on, Nora. You reach up and encircle his neck with your arms, pulling him close. Isn't that what you've been aiming for? Maybe. Anything particular doing it for you right now? Your charisma or cologne? Go with charisma. No, I haven't seen much during this chapter, but you know, the way you gave that toast and talked about your heart, vulnerability is so sexy. And I'm the sexiest man alive. Yeah, okay. We'll talk about that at the end. Is it even sexier if it's all true? You melted to his arms, committing this moment to memory. So much. The way Ashton's looking at you in the low light makes your pulse race under your skin, drowning out the sounds from the party. Why not? Shove Ashton against the wall. You reach for Ashton, grabbing his upper arms and pushing until his back is flush with the wall. I finally have you all to myself. You lean in, pressing your lips to his, feeling the electricity of his touch down your toes. You spread your hands around his biceps, trail them down to his chest, his neck. Releasing, he grips your waist, pulling you flush against him. Finally, I've been dying to kiss you all night. Just kiss me? Well, anything else we manage to get up to is just a bonus. So bad I don't want to go back to the party. You stare into his eyes, your core throbbing with need, aching for just one moment of release. I'm sure they won't miss us for a few minutes. Your back practically arches at the words. You press your thighs together, bite your lip, glance back at the door. Ashton, if you want me, you have me. You're entirely alone here, free to reign, to do whatever you want. Just say no, kids. I hear they're giving it free. making puns to, just say no 90s thing. Anyway, with a sigh, you rein yourself in. You don't want to get too carried away, especially when Mercy and Eddie are right on the other side of the door. As aggravating as it is to say, I think we should have to go back. I hate that you're right. Neither of you move just yet, still clinging to each other, unable to let go. But first, lean in for one last searing kiss, hoping your lips convey all the promise of what you'll do to him later. So, you're so into the kiss you don't notice when the door to the lounge swings open. What? No surprise by this, I told you. You have got to be kidding me. You and Ashton break apart, your stomach plummeting several stories down. But it's too late, Eddie knows. You slowly turn to face him, and look on his face is stormy enough to sink a ship. Eddie, let us explain. Your brother looks between you and his best friend, the disgust giving way to barely contained fury. Explain having your hands all over my sister. This better be good. Dude, get a... First and foremost, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, head down description. I'm just going to go ahead and say... I have two things to say. One, please listen and hear me out. Let's first discuss Eddie thing that pertains to the story, and then we'll get to the vulnerability thing here in a second, okay? Alright, first and foremost, Eddie, listen. I have read stories, okay, on the internet about brothers and sisters having this kind of overly obsessive compulsive behavior, and pretty much it's borderline on literally and figuratively a few things that I can't say because they're words that YouTube doesn't like. So pretty much you are like obsessed with your sister, okay? Do you want a relationship with her? Because, that only happens in typically Alabama. So, and well, a few other international countries, but we'll get to them later. So, dude, come on, go touch some grass, maybe find a woman, man if you choose, I don't care, I don't judge. Dude, get over yourself, okay? That's all I gotta say. No surprise here, but hey, look, Mercy didn't do it. I was expecting her to, have some video or an audio or a picture or something, but hey, look at that. You screwed up because you're both dumbasses. So next up is vulnerability being sexy. Listen. I have yet to ever meet a woman who thought that. So, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? Every single woman that I've ever met thought a man being masculine, a man being the alpha, the omega, the sigma, is the sexy thing, right? Vulnerability, here's how I look at it as a guy. And again, this is my perspective. You can have yours and you can agree to disagree with me. Again, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. But when it comes to vulnerability from a man, here's the thing. We have a catch-22 here, okay? So if you as a guy have vulnerability and you share it with someone you love or even a family member, I'm not even kidding, this is my experiences again here, they typically use it against you. Okay? Ask any guy. Ask any bloody guy. I feel like snapping my fingers to that. Clapping, at every word, I can't get it across to you enough. As a guy, my weaknesses, my vulnerability, all of that has been excessively, obsessively even, used by people, whether it be family, whether it be friends, whether it be loved ones. Every single person has used it against me in some way or another to get what they want or get something they need or basically to use things against you. So basically you don't stand your ground. You aren't independent. You aren't this. You aren't that. People typically use it, and it's not just guys too, having vulnerability and showing it, but women do it as well. Where literally and figuratively they'll be vulnerable and whatnot, and guys use it against them. It's just a common damn thing. It's so common. It's it's common. I can't get it across any other way. It's just a really crappy thing. For me, I've accepted that, right? I'm still willing to take risks with people and let them know things about me and the whole 9 yards. I'm just slow to come out of my shell. It's one of the reasons why I've never really talked to you guys about what I've gone through in my life. It's just something that, it's something that if I told my story, it's something that would empower people, make people feel better, the whole 9 yards, and maybe even some of you would be like, wow, I'm not alone on some of these things. But at the end of the day, it's just me bearing my soul to the whole entire world, and then at any given time, people can come back at you and use the shit against you, and maybe you get into a disagreement or whatnot, and they'll bring something up. And this is my like point is people will use things against you, like even at the slightest, smallest disagreement. Like, oh, well, it makes sense because you went through this, so of course you're gonna pick that. Like, what? Like people, again, I have horror stories all the live long day. So again, I thought I'd just share this with you. Yeah, no, that's just how I feel. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Peace.